What if a Megalodon suddenly found itself in the modern Pacific? Could it tear through the food chain and reclaim dominance over the blue ocean? In the darkness, west of the Mariana Trench, what suddenly stirred? A gaping maw, almost a meter wide, slowly opened in the pitch black. When it arrived,
it was just 3.6 meters and 400 kilograms.
In this ocean, not a single one of its kind.
But 3.5 million years of lethal instinct
Forced through its every muscle with just one problem. Hunger, not ordinary hunger, but a burning deep within its core. A hunger that threatened to kill it. The Megalodon's metabolism was optimized for the rich Pliocene epoch. Back then, plump baleen whales were plentiful and easy prey. But now, this ancient engine burns through energy at an alarming rate. Yet all around him were agile, elusive modern prey he'd never encountered. His first lunge missed. The school of fish had scattered completely the instant he accelerated. Not even the wake was left. His second attempt also missed. The third time, he bit into a mouthful of cold seawater. 3 lunges. 3 misses. 30% of his stamina was wasted. This was its first lesson in the modern ocean's waters. Modern fish had evolved speeds far beyond anything in its ancient memory. On the third day, real trouble emerged. 6 bull sharks, 3 to 3.5 meters long. They formed an arc, cornering it in the reefs. 3.5 million years ago, sharks this size would have tucked tail and fled at the sight of it. Following its instinct, it reacted like an ancient overlord, charging head-on. The next second, it regretted it. The leading bull shark tilted its body, skillfully swerving aside. Then 2 more cut in, flanking him. Their sharp teeth sank deep into the softest flesh of his belly. The ripping pain intensified, fueled by their momentum. It was an excruciating pain, one that made his entire body feel as if it would explode. A third moved in, striking from the tail. It bit open the skin at the base of his tail. Blood immediately seeped out. In less than 20 seconds, he already had 3 deep gashes. In that moment, something in his ancient genes shut down. His arrogance vanished. He ceased his pursuit, plummeting into the reef's deepest crevice. Beichi was ripped open by the reef, but he survived. It was his first lesson in life and death, etched into every nerve. Too small, you had no place in the food chain. Next, he began to lie in wait. He sank into deeper waters, learning to move along the bottom. Reducing his massive body to a mere shadow, he began to study how his prey swam, where they would slow down, and when their vision would have blind spots. He was patient. Only the impatient, rushing to their deaths before maturity, perished. Year 1, 5 meters. It fed on benthic fish and carrion, a humble diet, but it survived. Year 4, 7 meters. It began ambushing dolphins. Its first vertical assault shot straight up from 40 meters deep. The speed was so great that the dolphin sonar had almost no response time. The moment the dolphin's spine was bitten through, it emitted a single brief cry. Then all sound ceased.
Year 8, 8.4 meters.
Great white sharks began to give it a wide berth. The great white shark's current dominance was entirely due to its disappearance. Now the true master has returned. Year 10. 10 meters. An adult male great white shark, 5 meters long, strayed into its territory. In less than 3 seconds, the great white shark's electrosensory system detected a bioelectric field signal from him and instantly reacted, turning tail and fleeing into the deep at full speed. The entire process was swift, decisive, and without hesitation. Great white sharks in these waters collectively diverted their migration routes by 60 kilometers. At 20 years old, 15 meters long, and weighing 45 tons. For the first time, he hunted an adult baleen whale head-on. He launched himself vertically from 60 meters below, building up to its maximum speed. Its massive body, a black missile, slammed directly into the whale's belly. Its 2-meter wide mouth snapped shut in the last tenth of a second of its ascent.
150,000 newtons of pressure ripped 300
flesh from the baleen whale's abdomen. The baleen whale's mournful cry pierced the ocean, carried tens of kilometers. Then began a lengthy feast, but the scent of blood carried much farther than their cries. 30 minutes later, 6 black dorsal fins cut through the surface. 6 killer whales, 8 to 9 meters long, 6 to 7 tons each. The deadliest male alliance in these waters, spanning multiple pods. They didn't hesitate. The lead Orca gave a brief, low-frequency command. The 6 elite killers instantly spread out. 2 feigned a frontal assault. 2 circled around from the rear flank, targeting the gill slit's blind spot. And the final 2 locked down the escape route at the tailstock. This relay attack, a large pre-takedown strategy, honed by orcas over 10 million years, had never failed. They underestimated one thing. The first attack, 2 orcas tore into its gill slit from the side and rear, tearing off a large chunk of flesh. Blood gushed out profusely. Based on the typical behavior of large modern prey, after this, the prey would either flee or lash out wildly. Both would create opportunities for further attacks. He chose a third option.
His 45-ton body became completely still in the water. A 0.8-second hesitation appeared.
In the 6 Orcas' formation, this had never happened in their hunts before.
In just 0.8 seconds.
The lead Orca dove down to assess the situation, closing in 40 meters, 30, then 25. Its tail fin swept across. Not a bite, but a pure sweep. A 60-ton sweep hit the lead Orca head-on. Its ventral ribs cracked. A rapid brittle sound from the impact. Its internal organs were irreversibly displaced. It instantly lost all sense of direction, tumbling chaotically in the water. The 5 Orcas below plunged into momentary chaos just for that instant. The Megalodon had changed position. Its massive black body sank into the depths, disappearing into the Orca's sonar blind spot. This was an instinct honed by a decade of dormancy, using its immense size to create echo interference, turning itself into a mobile reef. When it struck again, there was no warning. The second Orca was bitten through the spine from directly below. 180,000 newtons slammed shut. The sound of cracking bones exploded in the deep sea. The 6-ton body convulsed twice in its mouth, then stopped. This scene completely shattered the remaining 4 killer whales' coordination. But they didn't flee. The 6-ton male had seen baleen whales, sperm whales, everything imaginable. But never a companion snapped in half instantly. That shock was swiftly replaced
by rage within 0.3 seconds.
The 4 killer whales simultaneously launched frenzied close-quarters attacks, abandoning cooperation. They were all bent on mutual destruction. The next 12 minutes were pure, two-way slaughter. Its gill slits were torn open again. Its caudal peduncle bore 4 bone-deep cuts. Cracks ran through the bone at the base of one pectoral fin. But with every crushing bite, an Orca's struggle ceased forever. The 3rd spine was severed. The 4th's chest cavity shattered from a snout impact. Its organs destroyed, killing it instantly. The moment the 5th Orca fell, the last 2 made the only correct decision. They fled, fast and utterly, without a sound. Only 2 rapidly fading water trails remained, vanishing into the deep blue. Silence returned to the sea, leaving a dark red blood mist stretching hundreds of meters, and 4 carcasses slowly sank into the abyss, descending silently through the stillness. It hung suspended in the bloody mist, gravely wounded. Blood still oozed from 7 or 8 wounds, staining the surrounding water an ever-darkening crimson. Every flick of his tail was agony. But he was alive. He employed the most savage, most ruthless methods to brutally topple the ocean's most intelligent apex predators from the top of the food chain. With a powerful flick of tail, he stirred up a violent crimson undercurrent, swimming deeper into darkness. From this moment on, nothing in this vast ocean would dare to call itself his opponent. Nothing. But one exception. 70 nautical miles from that bloody sea, in the sonar control room of a Pacific Fleet nuclear submarine, a piercing red alarm suddenly blared. The sonar operator stared intently at the screen, hands unmoving, mouth shut. His eyes were stretched wide. That crimson echo signal was massive. It exceeded the system's bio-identification database. It was moving deeper, smoothly and slowly, with the suffocating composure of an absolute ruler. Everyone in the cabin fell silent. The captain walked over, watched for 3 seconds, then said one word, engage.